And so that's when I go back to what I said earlier. If I put my team up against anyone, a lot of times it comes back to the people and the training and the operations and the processes and the support and the love that goes into a family work environment. And if you do things right and it's genuine and sincere, I mean, those people run through a brick wall for you.
Yeah.
And they'll want nothing more than to take phenomenal care of every customer that walks through the door.
Yeah.
Not everyone will pay for that level of service, but there's plenty of people in any market that will pay for that level of service. But what I find is people either underprice or they overprice. They want to charge prices like I do. They're really not to where we are. They just have like a new store with new machines,
Right.
but it's unattended and it's not that clean and there's nobody there to help. And within 3 or 4 years, it starts to look tired. And it's like, well, you were really high quality the day you opened, but you went downhill.
Jury is fast.
So, yeah. And so we're really big about staying cutting edge. Our entire business philosophy is really all about pushing the envelope and being better tomorrow than we were yesterday. And so that's how a lot of these opportunities have come up, is because like we're never content. We're happy, but we're never content. We're always looking for a better way to serve people. And as we do those things and execute at a high level, we're also not afraid to charge for it, because our customers come in and they love us. I mean, they don't come in and say I'm price gouging them. They come in and say, I'll happily pay double the price because you have triple the level of service of the guy on the road.
Yeah.
And so, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and the laundry industry is no different. People just a lot of times are afraid of the unknown, or they're afraid they're going to lose half their business if they raise their price 50 cents. I've raised my top loaders from $2 to $3, which is a 50% increase in price, and not lost a customer.
Yeah.
And so it can be done. And I'm not unique. I mean, there's other people operating at a high level in our industry, as you and I know.
Yeah.
Not the only one. There's thousands of them.
Yeah.
And if they're not, charging a similar price model, then they're cutting themselves short.
Yeah. Very cool. Do you have any cards at all, or is it all coin?
Right now, it's all coin. Over the next couple of years, we're going to convert our last 2 quarter stores over to dollar coin. And then once we do that, we're going to add CCI Fast Card, a hybrid system, to those 4 stores. And so they'll operate on dollar coin, and they'll operate on the credit card, debit card, or the Fast Card,
right.
Phone pay app. And so they're suburban stores. They're not like high volume urban stores, if you will. And so their volume is to a place where we can make that work long term. But quarters, I mean, it's not that people aren't operating with quarters, because 2 of my stores are, but it's becoming the way of the dinosaur very quickly, especially if you're a high price leader.
Yeah. $10
so that's our
quarters, a lot of quarters.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you use an 80-pound machine and you choose extra wash and extra rinse, that's $14.
Yeah.
It sounds insane. And that's a lot of quarters. But the reality is it's also 8 loads of laundry that have been washed and rinsed twice.
Yeah.
And so if they were heavily soiled, would you rather pay $20 or would you rather pay $14?
That's right.
Because it's all about value. And that's a big thing that I've learned in the business that I didn't always know, is that there's a big difference in price and value. And I refuse to compete on price. I always compete on value.
Right.
And I always make sure that I win. But I can charge significantly more than you if I provide a much higher level of service. And my value proposition is way higher than yours is. And I really believe that's one of the things I really pound hard when I talk to people and consult and network with other operators, is I really try to pound into them that, for whatever reason, the laundry industry is probably as sensitive to price as any industry.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of industries that are sensitive to price. And so I really try to push back on people, and they, I hear all the time, well, you can do that, but I can't because of this. And, it's like I have no competitors or something. And so I was actually, as far as my story is concerned, I was a little happy that somebody built a Brady laundromat in the middle of my 4 stores. Because that's like the worst case scenario, right? That's like every laundromat like there. Yeah. And so now I can tell people, look, I'm not unique. I mean, you can do this. And, there might be exceptions to that. There's some markets that are really, really insane. And I respect that. But the reality is, I think those are few and far between. I think most people are just selling themselves short, or they don't want to step up that value proposition. They like the idea of charging those prices, but they don't want to operate at that level because it's not easy. It's frankly kind of exhausting at times.